So my name's Dan and I am one of the 3 co-founders of Fateless Games, and alongside that I'm also the co-founder of HH Gaming. Around 3 years ago, Simon and I created HH Gaming with the idea of creating a platform for a much wider audience than just his YouTube channels. Over the past few years, we've built HH Gaming into a platform which now supports over 200,000 members on the website, and we're now getting an incredible 10 million page views per month on that platform. Before founding HH Gaming, I worked for 15 years in the digital marketing industry, and I worked on projects that varied from anything from aerospace and military contracts all the way through to social media accounts for multinational companies. By applying those years of experience that I had in the corporate world into the gaming sector, we were able to grow HH Gaming into the fastest growing online gaming brand in the entire world in 2021. I've been a gamer my entire life. I think my earliest memories are playing computer games at the end of the day. I started out with a DOS-based PC when I was about 4 years old. My uncle's girlfriend at the time actually was an IT technician, and she gave us a DOS-based PC which had Wolfenstein 3D on it, and from that point I was hooked. So during my younger years I mainly played console and the odd few PC games. Until I sort of became a teenager when I got introduced to MMOs for the first time. The first MMO that I played was a game called Myth of Soma, and I would be lying if I say that I didn't dedicate my life to that game for a very, very long time. So it was actually a game which had a TV show around it, which I thought was really cool at the time and got introduced to it in the UK. It was a channel called The Gaming Network, and every day they would have highlights from the Myth of Soma, things that were going on in the game, events that were running, and things that people were getting involved in. And I actually loved watching that show. Eventually I dived headfirst into playing the game along with some real life friends, and it just had me hooked from day one. I played the Myth of Soma for probably 3 or 4 years, right up until the point when World of Warcraft was released. I was at college at the time and I got introduced to World of Warcraft through somebody else who was actually on my course, and the two of us ended up playing World of Warcraft together for many, many years. So keeping in mind that that was, 15 years ago, I still play World of Warcraft, although a lot more casually than I did back then. So after years of playing World of Warcraft, I managed to find myself one way or another into stumbling into the world of Twitch, online gaming and YouTube content. And whilst I was working during the COVID lockdown, I picked up a mobile game to keep me busy throughout the days when I was a bit quieter at work, which was Raid Shadow Legends. And through Raid Shadow Legends, I was then introduced to Hell Hades, and the story of HH Gaming, I guess, is history from there. The two of us started working together. We built HH Gaming into what it is today. For the past 2 years, it's been a slight running joke at HH Gaming that maybe we should actually dive in and start creating our own games ourselves. Now, this is something that we always passed off as being unachievable, but with the contacts that we've made throughout the years, working with other developers and other people launching games into the hero collector space, we started to build a network of people who would allow us to potentially do this on our own if we were able to. We started to grow more of an understanding as to the process of how you make a game and the effort that goes into it. I think along with that, working with games that have maybe not been so successful and have also been very successful in the space, we gained a very solid understanding of what it takes to actually create a game that engages the community. So my role at Fateless is to run the day-to-day business side of the company. A lot of the time I am reining in Hell Hades and telling him what he can and can't release to the community at that point. So unfortunately a lot of my job, I do have to be the bearer of bad news and the bad person in the space, but it's very important to us that we do things the right way. So although we do joke about the way that things are moving, not necessarily as quickly as we would like them to, we're also making sure that we're creating an infrastructure which will last a long lifespan of this company. Fateless Games is going to be more than just one game. Obviously our first goal or first hurdle is to get the first game launched and across the platform. However, as a team, our plan is to create a gaming company which has a long lifespan and hopefully can create multiple titles and create fantastic experiences for the community. And also, you know, put our passion of gaming out to the world. So I hope that gives you a bit of an understanding about me, my role at Fateless. Being in front of the camera is pretty awkward for me. I'm usually the one behind the scenes doing things. But with Fateless, we have very much said that we want to be open and bring the community along with us for this journey. So, you know, you'll probably see a little bit more of me on this channel. So just to finish up, I just want to thank everyone in the community, not just those that are watching it, but everybody who's joined our Discords, social medias, things like that. The support that we've received from this announcement has been absolutely mind-blowing. It's way beyond what we ever thought that the response would be from the community. And without every single one of you, we would not be able to achieve what we are today. So stay tuned on the channel. There will be everyone in the team making videos like this to give you a bit of an introduction into who we are and our roles within the team. And make sure you subscribe to our social channels to stay up to date with the latest news in the development of the game.